Just put it in the mic so that it's not a very good mic. I need to get a better one, I think. Let me know what you think of the sound quality on my channel. Do you think it's really rubbish? If you think it's really rubbish, let me know. I need to then give me a kick up the backside to look for a better microphone. Yeah, it should actually improve on the channel because I'm due a new phone quite soon, like in about 2 months, and then I'll get a better phone, and then the quality should be better anyway. But I'm just eating my breakfast. It's the morning here in England, and I'm doing my morning vibes every day now, but this morning I'm actually going to do Twin Flame Soulmate because I can't do it later. This week's been a bit of a funny week. It's been quite busy. So normally I do Twin Flame Soulmate at about 2 o'clock, 2:30 in the afternoon, which I know could be any time of day wherever you live, but it's I'm too busy at that time of day the last couple of days. So I thought, well, let's do it this morning, because the morning sessions are supposed to be to just make sure, you know, like check in basically. Like we can all just check in, like how are we feeling? Are we in our alignment? Are we feeling good? You know, because if we're feeling good, then that's a good sign that we're in consciousness vibration. And we want to make sure we're in that vibration before we start anything, really, don't we? Because if we're really feeling out of alignment, that's a good sign that you're triggered and that you're purging, and then there's not really much point in doing anything when you're in that state, because it's not a good vibration to be in, is it? When you're purging and you're triggering about something, it's better to try not to do very much, you know, because you need to kind of wait till you get back into your vibrational alignment before you start doing things. And actually, twin flames and soulmates can really pull us out of our our vibrational alignment, can't they? So I'm going to do 3 readings. If you want one, do so. I hear people come in and out. I've got these really new good cards here. They're really good. They turned up yesterday, so I'm going to use them. Look at this. I want to date you. How good is that? I'm going to tell you how I truly feel. So, soulmate, twin flame, it is a difficult experience to go through. But I tell you what, right, the best advice I can give you, if you've got a twin flame or a soulmate who's disappeared, the best advice I can give you is to work towards becoming completely attachment free. Hi CK, what's your name? Because if you become attachment free, that's honestly when they want you back. But you're not really supposed to become attachment free just for the hell of it, like just to try and get them back. You're supposed to really go through the process on a genuine basis to find yourself, because when you've got an attachment to somebody else, it's because you've lost the attachment to yourself. Well, really, essentially, you've lost the attachment to spirit. It's the only reason why you've got such a fixation about a soulmate or a twin flame, because you've lost the connection to yourself, to spirit. And I know it doesn't feel like that at the time, because I've been through it myself, and at the time it is just the most intense experience ever. And unless you go through it, it's very hard to explain. But the journey really is to burn. They trigger you so much, then you just burn off all the pain body, don't you? And you start to realise your own connection to self, because a twin flame will just drive you crazy. What's yours about, CK? Is it a twin flame or a soulmate? And if you can give me their name. But the most important thing, really, is to use your twin flame or soulmate experience to burn off as much pain body as you can, because that's what the twin flame and soulmate are really doing. They're triggering you in a very deep way so that you can burn off lots of pain body. And ultimately, I know it sounds strange, but ultimately that's what we're here to do. When we incarnate, we're here to really burn off as much pain body as we can, so that we can come back to being the clear vessel of spirit that we really are. And we can only do that here on Earth. Well, in the physical reality. Maybe there's other planets that other people are living on. So yours is a twin flame. Have we got your name and their name? Sorry, I'm just eating. It's just, if I don't get on here when I'm eating my breakfast, I just won't get on. So it's better for me to just come on, eat my breakfast, and then I just get going. So I think a lot of the twin flame people are used to me coming on at 2 PM. Oh, CK's gone. Oh dear. Maybe CK will come back. I'll just talk a little bit about, I was going to do that reading for that person. Oh, you're back. My name is Canna and her name is Tanya. Oh, that's a pretty name. Tanya. What a pretty name. Wow. Okay, let's do you a reading. I do them a bit differently to other people, you know. Let's see. I don't know if you normally watch the channel, but let's pick an overall energy for Canna and Tiana. I may not be pronouncing the names right, but let's see. Okay, you've got 2 cards. Oh, 6 of Cups. That's a real pure love. That's a really pure love vibration. Memories can fill your heart with many emotions. It's important to remember your past accurately without seeing it as a better or worse than it was. People you used to know may return to your life unexpectedly. Children could be an important issue, or you may need to reconnect with your own inner child. Okay, so they are talking about Tiana coming back. Okay, and there's such a pure bond link between you. Can you see that? It's really beautiful. Okay, so you, oh yeah, seven of swords. So 7 of Swords is you've been confused about a situation in your life, and now suddenly everything is completely clear to you. Whether the truth was revealed by your angels, disclosed by a friend, or discovered on your own, it feels great to be awake and aware. Feel free to ask for time alone if that's what you need. Okay. So there's something here about truth coming out as well. Let's pick some... let's go a bit deeper into the tarot here, and let's see what else we get here for Tiana. I do get a lovely vibration, but I do think that this person is, I don't know how to put it. They've got their own mission. They've got their own, she's got her own, like, path, you know, and it's a very strong energy there. Now this is feeling a bit stuck. Now things becoming clear. Now that's interesting, because 7 of Thought is things becoming clear. And then you've got the Hangman card. Okay, so there's an awakening here. There's an awakening. Let's have a look at, I'm going to use this new deck. It's called the Blunt Truth deck. So let's see what we get from this. Oh, okay, this is the message, okay? So it is the blunt truth deck. Why won't you give me space? Okay, I can't grow. And that's what I said. I said to you, I feel she's got her own mission. I don't know if it's a lady or what gender Tiana is, but it sounds like a feminine type of name. Got their own journey, and I think it's about you awakening to that fact that this person has got their own journey. And it's a hard thing. It's such a hard thing when you're in love with somebody, because I can see with that very first card the connection you had, and then still do have. There's still a connection there that won't break, that's really beautiful. She's got this card, don't let them attach to you. You know, that's from my consciousness deck. So I think what you're dealing here with is, it's a strong message to you about learning about the attachment to spirit, not putting Tiana on a pedestal. This person, this energy of this person is strong. I said, the first thing I said is she's got her own mission. This person's got their own mission. You can't keep this person contained, unfortunately. But I do feel they will come back, because that's what's written in the card. So I feel what will happen is you need to do your journey to self, and really, you know, it's a mirror thing about not attaching to people so they don't attach to you. Now, I was, you know, the weirdest thing, right? I thought this morning, I'm going to share this morning about my twin flame. And what it is, right, is that I had this twin flame, and it was killing me. Killing me. It was awful. And in the end, I learned, and I have learned, to completely unattach from my twin flame, which is unbelievable, right? And yeah, I can do your reading next, Kuzmanda. It was so awful, but I did it. I have unattached from my twin flame, and now my twin flame really wants to see me again. And I didn't do it. I honestly didn't unattach from a twin flame. I surrendered. I had to go into a deep state of surrender. But now I've done that, my twin flame wants to see me again, and has been basically asking to see me for months, and I've been refusing. I've not been, you know, I've just not, because I didn't feel like I could go back into it, if I'm being honest. It's so powerful, it's so intense. But I've truly freed myself from attachment now. So I'd say 90%. I'm 90% attachment free now. So I don't know if you can really put a percentage on it, but you know, what I'm trying to say to you is, Spirit is saying this is your journey of non-attachment. When you completely unattach from Tiana, this person will come back. That's what I feel, and they will want to see you again. So that's what I feel. Anyway, I'll stop there. I'll see Kuzmanda, because that person wanted a reading, and I can see someone called Zara as well, but I don't know if that person wants a reading or not. I won't be able to stay on for too long, because I've got to do other work, the collective readings. Right, so I hope that was okay for you. I'm in a twin flame separation right now. Can I have a reading? Yes, Kuzmanda, but could you give me the name of your person? Because that really helps me tune into the energy. And if you could give me your name as well, because I know a lot of the YouTube names aren't actually, hi Johnny, morning, I've had my breakfast. I was munching away on that a minute ago. Right, now, your person's Akash, and oh, Kuzmanda is your name. Okay, that's fine. I didn't mean it, it's just sometimes people's names are not their names, if that makes sense. Their YouTube name is not their actual name. Oh, thank you. You have a great day too, Zara. Or Zara. I don't always pronounce names properly, but Zara I'll go with. Have a lovely day. So let's go into this again. Let's go into this energy for Kuzmanda and, was it Akash, was it? Sorry, I'm not very good at remembering. Akash, yeah. I like that name. It's very nice. Oh, thank you. I'm glowing and beautiful. If you see me in real life, I'm not really. Oh dear. No, I've been dancing around my living room already. I've been exercising. I love the song by Sia, Chandelier. That's the song I listen to in the morning, and I go wild with that song. Okay, Two of Thoughts. Okay, your angels of, now that's the Two of Swords. This is fear. So there's fear-based energies here, Kuzmanda. You know, it's probably about feeling that separation wounds is going to come up because you know this separation's happening. You've multiple options that you are reviewing. You seem unable to choose. Your angels or spirit guides know that you're not moving forward. Ask your angels for signs as to directions to take. Listen to your own deep inner voice. Deep down, you know what to do. Now, it is difficult. When you're going through a twin flame separation, it's one of the hardest things. Oh, and it can go on for ages. I mean, it can go on for ages. But you have to free yourself. You have to liberate yourself. You have to go into a very deep state of surrender, because when your twin flame is separating off from you, it feels like a death. Oh, 2 weeks ago. Oh. And it's like you just feel so much pain. But what's really happening is, what's really happening here is, I am getting shown things about Akash, so I'm going to pick these cards. What's really happening? Yeah, there's fear. There's definitely fear-based energies. Right, okay, so at the moment you haven't really released it. Yeah, you're in so much pain. I remember rolling around on my bed and I was in so much pain, and I was just rolling around on my bed like this for a whole summer. The whole summer, and it was just the pain. It was physical. I could almost feel it in my boobs and everything. It was just horrendous. It was terrible. But what was happening is it's burning off pain body, right? Because we all come to this incarnation with pain body, and that's the only reason we're incarnated. Because if we had no pain body, we would be pure spirit, and we would not come back to this earthly plane. We wouldn't still be in this cycle of samsara. So you come to this incarnation with all of this pain body, and that's why you're here, to get rid of it. And how does that happen for some of us? For some of us, it's the twin flame or the soulmate. We have to go through that journey. It's destined, predestined, that you would meet Akash, you would meet this person, and that they would trigger you so badly that you would start to burn off some of the deepest pain body that you've ever burned off. And it is horrible. I can see here you holding on, you know, you're wanting to hold on. Here, not wanting to let go of the past, you know, you're still telling yourself stories about Akash and about the journey and about the connection, and still stuck here. You know, it's like you've been burning off pain body for sure, because it literally, I know you would have been, with the amount of pain you'd be going through. You're doing really good work. I just want to say, you're not alone. There's loads of people going through this. And yes, that's right. It feels like depression when you've got a twin flame, because they're so blocked. They're so emotionally unavailable. And it's just the worst experience. I feel so bad for anyone that's still in it. I'm so glad that I'm out of mine. It is psychological trauma. It really, really is. Will he be back? Well, I'm picking a card here. Let's see. I'll tell you what I pick up on, but I want to pick the cards first. Oh, right, yeah. But this really makes sense with what I'm picking up on with Akash, right? Because this person is quite immature, okay? They've got quite an immature soul. And you've got here, I need to have more fun. I don't know if you can see that. But this person, and also the card underneath is this. You know, I'm scared. I'm scared. I can't face this right now. I need to have more fun. You know, what I get shown is such an interesting spirit. I mean, I can see why you would really love this person. But this person's just been brought in to trigger you so that you would experience the deepest triggers of your life, so that you could clear all of this attachment wounding. You know, will they come back? I don't know. I mean, if they do come back, it wouldn't be... They will come back. Sorry, I'm just getting shown stuff all the time. They will come back, but by the time this person comes back, you won't want them. And when they come back, they won't come back in the right way. So be very vigilant, okay? Be very vigilant. Yes, you will meet somebody else. Yes, you will. And the person you meet will be much more reliable, okay? This person hasn't found themselves. They need to go off. I see them going off to a distance. Let's see the consciousness message from my deck. But when they come back, you won't want this person. This person has very mixed, a lot of pain body, a lot of ego as well. Right, I'm not getting it. Do you know, I think this person, very unconscious, Akash, is very unaware. Okay, can't talk about their issues, their feelings. This person's very shut down. Okay. Okay. Look at this message. Hello, Laura. Spirit is doing this to accelerate you. Okay? Spirit is doing this to accelerate you. And also, you've got the message here. I am authentic. Okay, you need to be authentic, because I don't think you're being truly authentic with Akash, because as much as you love that person, you weren't being authentic because you knew it was pulling you out of alignment. And that's what Spirit is saying, okay? And then the last message is you are not your body, okay? So basically, what happens is, yes, you will meet your soulmate after you've had a twin flame experience. You will. I can't say when. But I don't think you're going to be waiting a great deal of time. It won't be forever, because I do see someone coming in for you. But you need to get to the point where you'll really learn to be authentic. You have to learn to be authentic. Spirit is doing this to accelerate you. That's why you've been put through all this pain, to accelerate you, okay? And you've got here the message, you are not your body. So Spirit is trying to say to you, you have to come more into spirit and be less in the body. Because when you really go into self-inquiry, what you're going to realise is that you are not your body. And it's your body and your mind telling you you want Akash. But actually, the true spirit doesn't need Akash, okay? And also, the true spirit, you weren't really being authentic to yourself, you know? And that's what happens with the twin flame. You put this person on a pedestal, you go into this massive attachment, and then you're not really being completely authentic to your own truth of who you really are. You start to compromise yourself because all you want is that attachment to that person. So it's just feeding the ego. So I feel you have to go into a deep state of surrender with Akash and Spirit, go into a deep state of surrender with Spirit, and you know, you can still give love energetically, but it looks like I feel this person will continue to be unreliable. And when they do come back, I don't think you'll be able to. You won't even want them, because you'll have already met somebody else. That's what I see. Anyway, I'll do one more reading because then I've got to go. So I'm really sorry. Okay. Okay, someone's giving a reading while I'm giving a reading. Oh my God. I think that's really confusing. I don't really want people to do that, because that's just like way too much. Yeah, I don't want people to do that really. If people start doing readings while I'm doing a reading, I will just cut you out, because I can't really have that going on, because it's gonna be too fragmented, you know. It's gonna be too fragmented. the messages, because people, whoever I'm talking to, like I'm doing that, I'm putting that energy across to Kuzmanda, and then someone else is doing that, you know, and that's interfering with the energy. So I won't have that. Okay, who wants a reading next? I'll do one more, because the thing is, this channel, I'm trying to get across the consciousness perspective. So if somebody else starts jumping in, it's not necessarily going to be the perspective of consciousness, which is why I wouldn't, I don't want people doing that. You can do your own readings from your own channel. Okay, so anyway, twin flames are so difficult. They're horrendous. Horrendous experience. Now, Kim. Oh, Kim. Hi, Kim. I'm just going through the comments. My twin was 44, promiscuous child. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you see now, if your twin flame had several people on happening, now that's typical twin flame as well, because they're emotionally unavailable. So they've just got like loads of different connections, and it's like addictive, because they're in ego, you see. Your twin flame counterpart has got a lot of ego, and they're basically going into separation energy more and more, and it's an addiction, you see, to feed their ego. The ego always needs an addiction. So that's why your twin flame would have had lots of different people, because they don't know themselves. How can your twin flame connect to you if they can't even connect to themselves? And if they've got multiple connections going on, that's a real sign that this person can't connect to themselves. So if you're involved, I'm talking to anybody here, if you're involved with somebody that's got multiple connections, it's a sign that they are in complete disconnection from themselves, because they're not centered in the self. They need all these different connections. Do you see what I'm trying to say? And so it's the ego that needs lots of different connections. So it's a sign that your twin flame is in ego. And that's why they're feeding their ego with lots of different connections to different people. Yeah, because that's what the ego wants. It's addictive, it wants attention, it wants constant validation, it's quite narcissistic, yeah? And then they're doing that because they've completely forgotten the self. They don't know spirit, they don't have their own heart chakra. So can you see the futility of trying to keep that twin flame scenario going? Because you're waiting for a twin flame to connect with you, but they can't even connect to themselves, so they're never going to connect with you. Do you see what I mean? It's like my twin flame, the same thing, because my twin flame has got addictions, and I'm sorry to hear about your twin flame passing to spirit, Taylor. That must have been devastating. So yeah, you know, it's really hard. What was I saying? I'll do one more reading. It was meant to happen. Yeah, it is meant to happen. Anyone that passes back to spirit, it's meant to happen, because everybody's got their predestined plan. And that is all in the predestined plan by spirit, by God. So there's nothing that person could have done, and it was meant to be as it was. Yeah, it is destined. Oh, and he changed your life. Oh. Will Sam ever wake up and come back to me? You need to get to the point, Kim, and I know I keep saying it, where you just don't even want him back. You have to go into a deeper state of surrender. You still haven't completely purged out the attachment wound. So there's more of that to come out of you, okay? Once you've done that, if he's gonna come back, that's when he'll come back, okay? That's what's happened with my twin flame. I've been trying to fight my twin flame off for 6 months now because I don't really want to see my twin flame, if I'm being honest, because I just feel energetically, am I really in the same place? Yeah, I know. I think you're doing a great job, Kim. You're doing a great job. All of us are. It doesn't actually matter where you are in the journey. You're doing a great job because, you know, if you're drawing awareness to the issues and you're being real, then that's good. It's just when you're stuck in the dream, when you're still stuck in the dream, that is the worst part, because you're just feeding the ego. Your twin flame will never connect with you while you're in that state. Yeah, the false twin flame. Yeah, that's just not a twin flame, is it really? Your twin flame won't hurt you, but they can be very emotionally unavailable and detached. But it's just a mirror to show you that you've still got them on a pedestal, that you're still holding that attachment. You need to completely clear it to the point you don't even think about that person anymore. I mean, my twin flame, I don't even think of on a daily basis. I mean, I wouldn't believe that, because, I mean, the pain I used to have was so deep in my heart, it felt like someone was stabbing me with knives. So I know exactly how you all feel. But it is a beautiful journey, because it burns off this pain body so that you can finally start to find your heart chakra. You know, you saw yours after 4 months at the weekend. Oh, good. I'm glad that helped, Laura. Yeah, how was it seeing your twin flame? Did it feel funny? Yeah, that's right. It does. It evolves you, because the pain that they're causing you helps to kill off ego and kill off pain body, so that you can go back to being the true spirit you are. Now, in spiritual truth, we're not really supposed to allow anyone to attach to us. And that's powerful. Now, once you get to a point where you don't want anyone to attach to you, that is when everyone will want to start attaching to you. Okay? Now, Papa G, he wouldn't allow, he was a guru in India, he would not allow anyone to attach to him. What did everyone want to do? Everyone wanted to attach to him. You know, and this is the thing, but you can't rush it. You can't say to yourself, oh, I want to get attachment free. But that's the goal. That's the goal I've got for everyone who watches this channel. I want everyone who watches this channel to get to a point where they're completely attachment free. But the pain you do have to go through is terrible. Oh, yeah. Oh, he felt like home, but he's still on his journey. Yeah, exactly. My twin flame is my twin flame still doing the same addictive patterns because he's not connected to himself. So he's still doing the same addictive patterns he was doing before. And he was a Sagittarius. Oh, Sagittarius is a lovely sign, lovely energy. So yeah, the most important thing really is to make it your goal. If you want to recover from the twin flame, make it your goal to become attachment free, and your goal to not allow anybody to attach to you. Have connections, but don't allow people to attach to you, because then what happens is you're honouring spirit more and more. You get closer to spirit, you get closer to God, and people start to feel your energy very differently. When you won't allow people to attach to you, oh my God, people they go crazy, because they can't believe you're not allowing it. You know, I've gone from one end of the spectrum to the very other end of the spectrum. I used to always want to crave attachment to somebody, and then boom, now I don't want anyone to attach to me, you know, and it's a completely different vibration, completely different. But I tell you something, right, even once you've gone through your twin flame, I feel the twin flame is like the first part of the experience. It starts to bring you home to the self. You start to remember who you are. You realise that you've projected a lot onto somebody, because you do. With a twin flame, a lot of it is mental projection. It's your dream. It's not really the real person, because a twin flame never really lets you get that close. So you never really see the real person. A lot of it is your own mental projection, putting that person on a pedestal. So once you can see that and realise it's just your ego, it's just the entity of your ego that really wanted to attach to your twin flame. Once you realise that, it's easier to pull away from it, because you just think to yourself, but this twin flame isn't really in my life, because where is your twin flame? They're not here, you know? They don't want to be here with you in the present moment. And that's how I cured myself of my twin flame, because I just thought to myself, he doesn't want to be here with me in this present moment. So that's not spirit to me, because spirit's in the present moment. So how can I love somebody that doesn't even want to be here with me in the present moment? You know? And that cured me, because then I was like, well, that's it then. That's the answer. I can't have this attachment anymore. But then after that, I met my soulmate. Now, when you meet your soulmate, that's a whole nother thing. But my soulmate hasn't been straightforward at all. I even sort of started to think, was it another twin flame? But no, it's not. It is my soulmate. But I've had to go through even more attachment wounding and get rid of more, and even more traumatic stuff came up that was deeper, that was even more traumatic than my twin flame. So there's sometimes, Kim, there might be another layer of attachment wounding you've still not cleared, but you will clear it. And once it all goes, that's when you will finally get to the point where you're attachment free. You are no longer craving an attachment with anyone, because you finally reintegrated with the self, and that is spirit, God. Now, once you get to that point, that is the truth of who you are. And you're not giving out that needy vibration anymore, or the attachment vibration anymore. And that's when your twin flame normally comes back. And they do normally. So I don't think you need to contact your twin flame, Kim. I really think that's counterproductive. I would not encourage you to do it, because they'll find a way to get back in, you know, but only when you've cleared the attachment wound completely, to the point you just won't even think about him anymore. I keep hearing about a Leo soulmate I'm apparently soon to meet. That's supposed to be the one. Ooh, do you? That's interesting. Okay, so I'm going to have to come to an end, really. But it's been lovely talking to you. Oh, how can you pull away from the attachment when you have a psychic link? Yeah. How you do it is you have to go into no mind activity. Okay, because I've got the same psychic link with my twin flame and my soulmate. Horrible. I recommend Ramana Maharshi's work, Ramana Maharshi. Okay, because this was a guru that lived 150 years ago, right? And he taught very deep work about not going into the mind. And you basically have to see, it takes you to a deeper level of spiritual truth, because if you're still seeing other people, you're not really at one. So you have to become completely at home in the oneness, and then you don't see the multiplicity. When you're still in attachment and you're still seeing a person, you're still basically in multiplicity. That's duality, and that's the opposite of oneness. So that means you haven't quite come home to self. So once you're at home, once you've fully integrated back to the self, spirit, oneness, you don't really see multiplicity, you just see the one. So that's why you don't need a particular attachment to any one person. I'm not completely there yet, but what I now see is, I now know that I can be completely honest with myself that my ego is an entity, right? And I can now see that. Yeah, it's my ego that kept telling me I wanted my twin flame. It wasn't really my true spirit, my consciousness, that wanted my twin flame, because my consciousness is God. My consciousness is happy with everybody. You see, I can have connections with anybody now. I don't need one person, because that's duality, and my ego entity is still there, but it's not as bad as it used to be. It's not as needy. Now, because I can be completely honest with myself that I've got an ego entity there that wanted this twin flame, and it wanted to grasp onto him, and I could feel all his psychic energy, I could feel his feelings, his thoughts. I even knew what was going on in his head and everything. Now, I can basically ignore that, because I know it's just the ego entity wanting to do that. And I can now see the ego entity in other people. So the more you start to recognise your own ego and how needy and grabby it is, you start to then be able to see it in other people. And then it makes it much easier, to the point that now I don't really want to connect with my twin flame, because I know he's got his ego, and his ego is quite big. So I don't really want to attach to him, because why would I want to attach to somebody that's got a lot of ego? I love him, I really love him, and I might meet up with him quite soon. I haven't seen him in, well, it was when he stopped contact with me, it was last February. So it was right around now, this time last year, and it was really awful. Basically, yeah, now I've learned a lot about my own ego, therefore I can see ego in other people. So I wouldn't really want an attachment. Do you see what I mean? Because you don't know what someone else's ego has got inside it. So why would you really want to attach to that? You see what I mean? I would much rather wait for God's spirit to bring me a relationship, because then when that happens, I know it's more likely that that person is the right person for me. Yeah, so that's basically what I would say to you. It's a bit of a long answer, but if you want to basically stop attachment, do self-inquiry, because it will help you to understand how to stop the mind, because the mind is the ego, and it's the mind that keeps getting you back into this psychic attachment that you can feel. And you need to stop the mind activity and be quite strict with yourself and say, no, I'm not doing it anymore. You know, because if you carry it on, you just continue your own suffering. And I just got to a point, I didn't want the suffering anymore, and I just accepted. He shut the door on me, and I just accepted it. I thought, fine, you're not here in the present moment with me. If somebody doesn't want to be in the present moment with me, as far as I'm concerned, that is not spirit, because spirit is here in the present moment with me. So if someone doesn't want to be in the present moment with me, I'm not going to allow my ego to try and attach to them on a psychic level, because it's not honouring the present moment of spirit, which is right here, right now. So it's quite deep, but I'm sorry to say, twin flame soulmate is a deep experience. So I'm not going to give answers that are just like very fake and just like picking a few oracle cards and saying, oh yeah, you're going to meet up again, because it's not authentic. If you go for a twin flame soulmate situation, it's the most deepest, most painful, most torturous, difficult situation, because you can't just walk away from it. But at some point you start to have your awakening, and once you start to have your awakening, that's when you have to start getting really real with yourself, because you can't allow this suffering to go on forever. You know, spirit's brought you your twin flame for a purpose, the purpose to find your own spirit again, you know. And so it is a blessed experience, really, but it just doesn't feel it at the time, does it? Oh dear. A karmic, I don't know. I don't really like to talk about karmics so much, because I don't really like the labels anyway. But I think, to me, karmics goes into narcissistic type of people and those types of things, and that's a whole nother thing, really, which I don't really want to go into, because I think people on this channel have transcended all of that. Do you know what I mean? Like, you look on YouTube, right, and you'll see channels that are just solely talking about narcissists and stuff like that. Now, I'm sorry, but a narcissist is very different from a twin flame. So I wouldn't really want to start talking about narcissists or karmic type of situations. Saying that, I know what you're trying to say. Are you trying to say, like, karmics are supposed to teach us lessons, and that's what the twin flame does? Yeah, I mean, in a sense, that is similar. It is. But maybe karmics aren't so intense, and they just dip in and out. They can be like short things. I don't know. I don't really know, but I would never really want to go into narcissists and stuff like, and abuse on this channel, because I personally feel the soul family, is like, on this channel, we've transcended narcissism and abuse. We've transcended. We've all done it. We've all been through the abuse. We've been through the narcissistic stuff. I would hope to think most people on this channel have already been through a codependency type of situation. So I only really look at now the soulmate and the twin flame, you know. But I'll be honest with you, all relationships, all of them, every single intimate relationship where you have an intimacy is basically here to awaken you. No relationship is really here to make you happy. All relationships, intimate ones, are here to trigger you, to get rid of this pain body so we can come back to the self, you know? So yeah, that's really what it is, if you know what I mean. So what can you do? Just keep going. Keep going, don't give up, you're not alone. And yeah, just remember that every time you have a mental projection, every time you have a thought or a feeling about your twin flame, your soulmate, it's just a mental projection. And you're putting this person on a pedestal, telling yourself a story about somebody that's probably not really true. And actually, it's a sign that you're not connected fully in here. We need to get to a point where we're totally attachment free. We're completely at one with spirit, because that's what we're really here to do. And that's what, you know, will end your suffering, basically. And then at that point, they'll probably come back and contact you like they have done with me. And that's how it works. It's mad. But it's because when you're attachment free, it's a very lovable energy. It's a very lovable energy. And that's it, you see. So come home to self, be attachment free, and then, you know, you can enjoy multiplicity, but you're more rooted in spirit, and you're not stuck in these horrible attachments, you know. So anyway, I'm going to stop there because I've got to do the collective reading now. But it's been really nice chatting to everyone. And if you want to book in for a reading and you want something more specific for yourself, just contact me, and we can book you in. And I'm sending you lots of love, lots of peace wherever you are on Gaia for today. Okay, I'll be back on tomorrow. One love.